Hey guys, my name is Jacqui Toumbas and I am a nutritionist, hospitality consultant, and I spend most of my time in my kitchen testing recipes for clients. I'm just about to start a kitchen renovation, so I'm here with Blum to take my kitchen design for a test drive. The showroom tour and kitchen test drive was absolutely amazing. It was an opportunity for me to see my kitchen in action and how I will use it, the best products for me to choose, the colours. There's just so many different options, which I think if you're just looking online or hearing from, someone else, it can get a bit confusing. So seeing it yourself helps. I actually got to see what suits my needs best. So I was able to swap some things around and give me a better idea of how my kitchen will actually look in person when I, complete it. It was very helpful for me to understand the end result of what I'm going to achieve. So much has changed from a plan, that I had in my hand before I got here to now understanding the different sections of my kitchen, the uses of every single drawer or cabinet. And I just think it's a big weight off my shoulder to moving into actually building the kitchen. It's definitely a beneficial step. So I feel if I did not do this, there probably would have been elements in the kitchen that didn't work as well or weren't as practical as could have been. So I feel like I know that I'm moving into a build that I'm investing a lot of money into that is going to be one of the most practical decisions that I've ever made. And it's perfect. There's no other options for me to choose. So I've chosen the best option to suit my needs. The kitchen test drive, definitely my favorite part because I got to stand in my kitchen. I got to see how I get very giddy as well and very excited because potentially this is going to be my kitchen shortly. So to be able to know that my knives are going to go here or, my pots and pans are going to go here, we've fully changed around the configuration of all my appliances, which I'm so much more happy now. But also to understand there's products that I didn't know Blum had that now will help me with my kitchen. I've made quite a few different changes to my design, but all for a really good reason and all to be much more practical. So drawer sizes are definitely one. So being able to get more space out of the area I have, so more drawer space. Like I said before, so my appliance area is going to be totally different. So my appliance cupboard has fully changed, but for the better. Even where my kitchen sink sits and understanding where I'm going to put the dirty dishes or where the dishwasher sits. So I think every element of my kitchen has slightly changed in some part, but for the better definitely, and giving me a great practical result in my kitchen. Anyone I talk to going forward, I will definitely recommend doing a kitchen test drive for their kitchen. So I think it's very different on pen and paper to when you're physically standing in it. And it's such an easy exercise as well. So it's easy to come in and make simple adjustments, but also to understand my needs might be different from someone else's. So my kitchen might not be the perfect kitchen for someone else. So for them to actually physically come in and be able to move things around, work with their space better, will give them such better benefit when building their kitchen. I will definitely be recommending to my, I have 2 cousins building homes, my sister's about to build a home, a lot of my friends are getting married and moving into their first homes or renovating at the moment. And I would definitely recommend investing into a really good kitchen, number one, because it is the heart of the home, but also it's going to give them longevity, it's going to be quality, and it's just going to be, one of the best decisions I think that they'll make. So for me, I guess my top 3 most important elements of my kitchen, number 1 is organization. So I like things being really organized, and like I've said before, I'm very methodical. So for me, having that organization is a really big thing. The second is workflow. So definitely making sure that the pots and pans are where I need them to be, or my Tupperware is where I need it to be, the cutlery, things like that, really important. And thirdly, I think having the correct storage for different things. So I have a whole range of appliances. I also have a lot of props for all, the consulting and the content that I do. So being able to make sure I have all the right storage for them, whether it's the right depth and things like that, that's another really important one as well. So originally on the plan, I had 2 corner cabinets in the butler's pantry. And the best part about this kitchen test drive was that I learned that maybe I can lose one of them and it is, I guess, dead space, but by creating a pantry in there or something else, then it gives me a lot more space than I would have been able to have in the corner cupboard. So I think the best part of the kitchen test drive was actually having someone else's knowledge and input into what works best. So I've never renovated a kitchen before, I've never built a kitchen before, so I'm only going off what I know. So having someone else's input is really valuable. Linda brought so much experience and expertise to the table that I haven't gotten from anyone else along the way. So whether it has been, my interior designer gives me a certain amount of information, my cabinet maker, my builder, even talking to friends and family. I've FaceTimed my aunties millions of times asking them, where should I put this in the kitchen? But having Linda know how the products work perfectly, she's done it a million times before, just gave me this different outlook on my kitchen and what it would be like in the end, which was, like I say, it's invaluable. So after going through the kitchen test drive, I now have this reassurance that everything already has a place in my kitchen. So when it comes to unpacking and setting up the kitchen, I honestly was like, oh, it's gonna take me like 2 weeks. But every single zone is sorted out, and Linda went through with me everything, so I know where my knives are gonna go, I know where my cups are gonna go, and it also reassures me that I'm gonna have enough space for everything that I use. So I think now, after doing the kitchen test drive, I'm much more relieved going into the build, because all the little issues that I have now with my kitchen, whether it be this weird pantry thing that I have and all the drawer systems, I know now that that's just gonna be, it's not gonna happen anymore in my new kitchen. So with the new systems, I know where everything is, and I'm happy to go forward and invest into this kitchen, knowing that it's gonna give me this outcome that I love. It makes me much more reassured and much more confident going into the build, knowing that like the things that I have issues with now, one of the other things that I was worried about was having so many drawers was weight, and actually being able to play around in here and see pots, pans, the pantry's full. I know that these things are gonna last, and they are quality products that are gonna give me longevity. So I think one of the favorite parts of my new kitchen will be the pull-out shelf lock, because my really heavy KitchenAid that I hate having to move around the kitchen will just be able to slide out, be plugged in, make my cakes, and slide it away. The first thing at this moment that I want to do when my new kitchen is ready is have all my friends and family over and cook a big feast with everyone in the kitchen with me, possibly pizza or pasta. So something making a dough, I guess, and just have everyone around the kitchen bench, eating dinner, having all the seats out the front, and just, I guess, creating those memories in that new space is something really special to me.